The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
This is Christine Langley with the Wyoming Women's Business Center, and I want to welcome you to Entering Bills and Writing Checks in QuickBooks, the desktop version. The Wyoming Women's Business Center is a nonprofit organization that assists individuals who want to start or expand small businesses specifically in the state of Wyoming. And we do this through three distinct programs. The first is business training and counseling. The second is access to capital through both our microloan program and our individual development accounts programs. And the third is our professional artist development center. So this QuickBooks training series is brought to you by our microloan program, which was started to provide access to funds for those unable to get business loans through traditional means. If you'd like more information on our microloan program, please contact Waldo Smith. And now I'd like to turn it over to Derek with Capital Clarity Company. Welcome, Derek.
Thank you, Christine. All right, in this video, we will be showing you guys how to enter bills and write checks in QuickBooks Desktop. Entering and tracking company bills is typically referred to as accounts payable. Accounts payable is the process of entering, tracking, and ultimately paying bills that are received by the company. An AP aging report will show all bills that have been received by the company as of a certain date, organized by the due date and amount. Best practices are to manage cash flow by utilizing credit terms while paying bills on time. I recommend entering bills once a day as you receive them, and paying bills once a week or once every 2 weeks. After opening your QuickBooks company file, click on the Enter Bills icon located under the Vendor section of the home page. You can also enter bills by navigating to the Vendors drop-down menu at the top of the screen and selecting Enter Bills. Select the vendor from which you received the bill from the drop-down menu at the top of the page. If your vendor has not been created, you can create a new vendor by selecting Add New. Enter the new vendor's name and relevant information in the New Vendor dialog box and click OK. Next, enter the date, invoice or bill number, amount due, and the due date of the invoice or the bill. In the first row under the Account column, select an account from your chart of accounts to categorize this bill. You can split the bill between multiple accounts by adding multiple lines to the grid below. You can also add a memo to each line to add additional details if necessary. Once all items have been added and appear correct, you can select the button for Save and New if you would like to enter another bill, or Save and Close if you are finished entering bills for today. When you are ready to pay your bills, click the icon for Pay Bills in the Vendors tab of the home page. You can also access the Pay Bills module by navigating to the Vendors drop-down list and selecting Pay Bills. You can choose to show all bills or only show bills that are due before a certain date. If you pay bills once a week, select the option for Due on or before and choose the date of the next day you plan to pay bills. You will see a list of bills populate in the table on the screen. You can choose to filter the list by vendor or sort the list by date, vendor, or amount. Select all the bills that are to be paid using the checkmark column on the far left. After you have selected all the bills that you would like to pay, enter a payment date in the date field in the payment section at the bottom of the screen. Specify a payment method and select the account that will be used to pay these bills. Select To Be Printed if you are going to print the bill payment checks directly from QuickBooks. If you are going to write checks manually or pay bills online, then you would use the Assign Check Number. Complete bill payment by clicking the Pay Selected Bills button at the bottom of the page. In some situations, you will need to enter or print a check without the need to enter a bill into the Bills or Accounts Payable module. To create a new check, click the Write Checks icon in the Banking section of the home page. You can also access the Write Checks feature by navigating to the Banking drop-down menu and selecting Write Checks. Select the bank account from which you will make the payment from the drop-down menu at the top of the screen. Select the vendor from the drop-down menu next to Pay to the Order of, enter the number of the check you wish to use, the date, and the amount of the check. You can also enter a memo to be printed on the check if necessary. In the table below the check image, select the account where you would like to categorize this expense. You can also enter multiple accounts if you'd like to split the transaction. Once you are finished creating the check, you can print directly onto your check stock by clicking the print icon at the top of the screen and verifying the next check number in your sequence. Select the button for Save and New if you would like to create another check, otherwise click Save and Close. Thank you guys for watching our video. Please be sure to check out other videos for more QuickBooks and general accounting topics. With that, I'll pass it over to Christine.
Thanks, Derek. The Wyoming Women's Business Center is made possible through several partnership agencies, and the center's primary funding comes from the Wyoming Business Council and the U.S. Small Business Administration. If you'd like to reach out to the Wyoming Women's Business Center, we have a Contact Us page that will have our contact information, including our microlender director, Waldo Smith. Thanks again for joining us for our QuickBooks training series.